This is one of those rare instances where it's really nice to be a casual anime fan and have no idea what's getting ready to smack you in the face. And this is completely true. I would not have known that this was coming out or that this even existed if I hadn't gotten a Crunchyroll account just to watch Chainsaw Man. And now I've got it, and I kind of keep it active just to kind of keep an eye on things because I've never had anything like this before. And when I say, and I think I say this just about every time I do an anime review, but keep in mind that I am an extremely casual anime fan. There was a large chunk of time where I watched anime based on what was on Netflix at the time. Like, you know what I mean? Like that. And I would just kind of go to that tab and scroll through it and go, okay, I've seen all these and move on with my life. And I don't keep up with the news and all of the stuff. I am a casual fan. And I've been a fan since the 90s, back when I would watch Dragon Ball Z on TV every single week. And I've continued to watch it ever since then. But very casually, keep in mind. So when this popped up, I was not ready for it. Why didn't anybody tell me that this was coming out? I would have been excited. Actually, that's probably not true. I probably wouldn't have been excited, in all fairness, because I played the video game. Now, let's get some context to that too. I didn't even know that the game existed until Xbox put it on Game Pass. And I downloaded it and I played it. And to be fair, I didn't even beat it because I played it. I was somewhere in the middle of 9S's storyline when Microsoft took it off of Game Pass and I wasn't able to play it anymore. Now I've got to go buy the game because I saw this and it reminded me just how good that game is. And it really deserves to be bought. You shouldn't even be playing that game on Game Pass. You should be paying full price for that game because it's that good of a game, just to be quite honest. Anyway, that's not the point. I played the game and then, it's one of those games that just kind of sucks you in, and it's telling a story, and it's telling a story that's been told before. It's not really breaking new ground, but it's the way that the story's told in the game and the way it's drawn, mixed with the wonderfully beautiful gameplay, mixed with the soundtrack. Oh my God, the soundtrack to that game is so next level. And then you get lost in the world, and it's a mixture of old school gaming with action gaming, with top-down, with 2D, which, it was brilliant. Everything about that game was brilliant, and the way the story is told, it goes just a couple, like I said, it's not necessarily telling a new story. It's a story that's kind of been done before, but it does it in a way that's just engrossing and involving. Then it takes the ideas of other stories and redoes them, but goes maybe a couple layers deeper at the same time. And then it kind of flips it and does it again, and then it flips it and does it again, and it's just, everything about it's so good. So if you would have told me, hey, they're going to turn that into an anime, I'd be like, never going to work. Not possible. That game's too good, the story's too deep and too long, it will just water it down and ruin it, and nothing about this is going to work. It's not possible. Don't waste your time turning it into anything other than what it is. I was wrong. This is great. I didn't think this was translatable to the screen. They did it. They did it. And I love every decision that they made. The decision to not follow the trajectory of the game, which was play through it multiple times in a row, because then you'd have to watch the show, go back, watch, and they'd have to show you the same show multiple times. And I don't know if that format, which works wonderfully for the game because it's just a world you kind of want to continue to exist in and play in because all of the mechanics are so tight and perfect. I don't know if that would work for a TV show, so they don't do it. They literally are feeding you the multiple storylines that you have to do individually in the game. They feed them to you like simultaneously, and they just kind of thread them together in the show, and it works. It works on a level I would not, if somebody would have said, hey, you could just mix them all together. I would have gone, you could, but I'm not sure if that would work. Well, it does. And it works really well. And then let's talk about the puppet show. I don't even know why there's a puppet show in every single episode, but I love it. I love the puppet show. You don't need it. It's not necessary, but it's just these little sprinkles of amazing that they put on top of an already great show, which is based on an already great game. It looks good. It sounds good. Oh my God, then the musical beats kick in. Did we rewrite the music? Did they try and reinvent the wheel? Hell no. They used the soundtrack from the game. Oh God. Oh, it was so wonderful. And coming from somebody who played the game, those beats would kick in and you're just like, here we go. This is it. Okay, and as I sit right here and I say that I love every decision that was made in the show, let's talk about the elephant in the room. The CG mixed with the hand-drawn animation. And I'm on record before as saying I'm not a huge fan of CG mixed with animation because they don't mix well. There are cases and instances, Attack on Titan, where you can do it and you can do it well, and there are little tricks you can use to make it work. Yeah, they didn't use any of those tricks here. They put the animation and the CD together very badly. It's almost like they didn't even try. It is not well done. So, and as awful as the integration of CG to animation is, I don't even care. Everything else in this show is done so unimaginably well. I would never have imagined this would have worked on this level, ever. And it does. So you can give me that really, really poorly integrated CG. I don't even care. It does not detract from my ability to enjoy this really wonderful show in any way, shape, or form. And as a matter of fact, am I the only one in the world? I really kind of need to know this. Am I the only one in the world that felt like the beautifully hand-drawn animation was the part of the show that was really out of place, and the thing that actually belonged was the CG parts of it? Because that's what it's supposed to look like, right? It's 3D models of a video game. So for some reason, normally, I feel like the CG just sticks out and it doesn't belong in a hand-drawn animation. But in this case, the hand-drawn stuff is the stuff that felt out of place because the CG rendered models is what it's supposed to look like. That's what it's always looked like because it's a video game. Either way, the CG integration's really bad, and I don't even care. This show's so good. And then they take it away. Like, they give us, 3 episodes? And then it's like, to be continued sometime. It's delayed indefinitely. Fuck you. This is the best thing to come out of anime in a minute. And don't come at me with your Chainsaw Man. I loved Chainsaw Man. I really enjoyed it. I never even got to do a full final review of that, even though I finished it. I'll probably talk about that at some point. But this is, okay. As good as Chainsaw Man was, for all you Chainsaw Man fans, as good as Chainsaw Man was, this is better. I'm sorry. This is just flat out better. I don't know why. It's just, like, let's take, for example, in Chainsaw Man. By the end of the first episode, you were like, oh, this is pretty good. And it took to about episode 8 or 9 before you went, oh, no, this isn't good. This is great. And this one, by the end of the first episode, you're going, this is great. I mean, this is one of those ones that had the episode 1 hook and it never dropped, ever. There wasn't a build up to, I wonder if this is actually going to turn out to be really good or not. No, you knew this by the end of episode 1, and now it's the end of episode 3, and I'm just mad that they took it away from me because they're assholes. Anyway, I don't know what else to say. If you haven't seen this, go watch it. If you haven't played the game, go buy it now. Because as good as this is, the game is better. Because you get to live in the world for hours and hours, and you get to walk around and you get to do everything. And that little carnival place with the little roller coaster, oh my God. Also, just in case you guys didn't see it, I did put up a Berserk video this week, and I got like 1/4 of the views that I normally get on a Berserk video. So I thought maybe the algorithm just dropped that ball on that one. Either that or no one really gives a shit about Rickert going toe-to-toe with Griffith, but that feels like that should have done better. Anyway, back to Nier Automata. This is probably a near 10 out of 10, at least as far as adaptations is concerned, because game-to-show adaptations generally fall pretty flat on their face. Game-to-movie adaptations, most things don't do well. This is amazing. This nailed it on so many levels. I'm so happy. Anyway, yeah, like I said, pretty much 10 out of 10. And of course, as always, the link for my Discord's in the description below. The link for my Patreon is in the description below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.